I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Gold Matters, isn't this a channel about gold jewelry? And it is. But there's other things I want to talk to you about as well, because if you're into gold jewelry, you're probably into other things like family heirlooms and preservation and passing things down to the next generation and different ways that you can do that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about something called Totenpass. I know it's a weird word. You probably have never heard that word before, unless you are an archaeologist or you study ancient history, because it is a real word that was used. But what does it mean to you, and what does it mean in the terms that I'm talking about it? Totenpass is a gold and nickel data drive essentially, but you can put things on it, like you can put information, documentation, private keys, even things like photos. And the reason that I have this photo album is because one day I hope to fill this with Totenpass. I just started to do that, and right now what's in here is kind of funny. I know these look. It's really hard to film a Totenpass indoors. You can see it very well if you just tilt it towards the light, but it's kind of hard to film and talk about this at the same time and show that. So I recommend that you go to my Instagram page at goldmatters_ if you want to see what a Totenpass looks like outside in the natural light. But I want to fill this book with Totenpasses because it is the best way to, this one just slipped out. It's the best way to preserve your photos and your data. It's much better than just having an actual photograph because that can, get damaged by water or torn or lost. And if you put your data on something like this, it will last forever. So one day I hope to have this totally filled. Right now, these are kind of random because I've just tried to get Totenpass that kind of give examples of things that you can do with them. And on a lot of them, I put these examples of these playing this blockchain-based NFT game called Splinterlands because it was the best way to reach a large group of people. But on this one, I have an actual photo. This is of my wedding, and it's a perfect photo to use with Totenpass because it's something that I never want to lose. And this building an album like this with Totenpass is something I would say would be like a long-term goal, like you do over time. You wouldn't just buy all Totenpasses at once and do that. The thing about Totenpass, you could actually put many different photos on one. This is the Bitcoin white paper as a different example. But the thing with that is it's not necessarily human eye readable. It would have to be machine readable. You'd have to use a microscope or the app that Totenpass is going to come out with to see photos like that. Unless you put like a one big photo like I did for this one, which again you can see a lot better in the natural light. But what I'm saying here is in this scenario where you're using Totenpass in an album like this, it would be a nice way to display them and a unique thing to do. And I know this is a new idea; it's very different. Most people aren't used to Totenpass, but that gives you a bit of an opportunity. So Totenpass has a referral program, a very generous referral program where if you sign up and people use your link to purchase a Totenpass, you earn $20 in Bitcoin per purchase, which is very significant, especially with this depressed price of Bitcoin. That could end up to being worth a lot more money. And the Totenpass cost itself is very reasonable. It's $50 for this medium size and $75 for the large, which is here. So I recommend getting in on the referral program before everyone else finds out about it. And that's all I wanted to say, and I hope this has helped people with an idea for collecting photos and data that you hadn't thought about before.